Collecting manga can be an expensive hobby, and I'm here to help you save. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm the Average Otaku, and today I wanted to provide a manga buying guide. With Christmas approaching, I thought what better time to create a manga buying guide than now. As someone who collects manga, I know how expensive it can get, and I always try my best to find good deals. There's been a lot of trial and error as I bought from different places, and I wanted to share my knowledge with you guys. I also wanted to warn you guys that this is going to be a guide for buying manga in the US. I live here, so I'm really only knowledgeable in the places here. Also, I want to give a special shout out to one of the people who commented on my manga collection video, because that's what inspired me to make this. So the way I'm going to format this video is I'm going to list the pros and cons of 6 different places to buy manga and give all my thoughts and opinions on them. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first place I wanted to talk about is Amazon, which I've nicknamed the old reliable option. Amazon is somewhere where I think will always be the safe option for buying manga. They have really good customer service, and if there's any problems, they'll always get back to you pretty fast and hassle-free. It's just a pretty safe place to order from. They also tend to have most of their manga marked down 10% off retail price. For example, you can normally find Viz manga for $9 when their retail value is $10. And if you have Amazon Prime, which is just useful in general, you get 2 days free shipping, which is a lifesaver. Overall, I think this is just a really reliable site if you want to buy a volume or two quickly. The second place I wanted to talk about is RightStufAnime, which I've nicknamed the big savings, big spendings option. This one is my personal favorite and the website I bought the most manga from. It has the best savings by far and is the go-to option for most collectors I know. Basically, the way the site is set up is that it has any manga that's published in the US and it's automatically marked 20% off its retail price. So like for example, the default price for a Viz manga is $8 when the retail price is actually $10. On top of that, they'll have weekly sales where they'll mark down manga prices from a specific publisher for up to 33% off. Like for example, they'll have Kodansha weeks or Yen Press weeks where you can get any of their manga for 33% off. The best part though is their different holiday sales. They have a winter sale which is coming up, as well as a birthday sale in the summer where you can get up to 45% off select manga. Yeah, you heard that right, 45% off certain manga. You won't find deals like this anywhere else. They also have an annual membership which costs $18 and will give you an additional 10% off manga. There are only a few negatives to using this site. The first one is that you have to spend at least $75 to get free shipping. That means in order to get free shipping, you have to buy a substantial amount of manga and spend quite a bit of money. So this website is definitely meant for people who are trying to buy big hauls compared to like 1 or 2 volumes of a specific series. In the past, I've used this website to buy whole series at a time. Another negative is shipping time based off the availability of manga. Since this website is pretty popular, things tend to get out of stock. But the cool thing is that you can buy things while they're out of stock, and they'll just ship it to you once they get back in. That being said, you don't know how long it will take for your items to get back in stock. For example, one of my orders took me nearly half a year to get because it included some Chainsaw Man volumes that are really hard to get at the time. And that's pretty much it for the negatives. Right Stuff will always be my go-to place to buy manga, and it's somewhere I definitely recommend for big collectors. I bought a few orders in the past and I have yet to be disappointed by them. The next place I have is Kinokuniya, which I've nicknamed the novelty option. Kinokuniya is a really popular Japanese bookstore chain that has a lot of locations in the US. This is the type of place I'd recommend if you really enjoy the experience of going to a bookstore and buying a book off the shelf. They easily have the best manga selection out of all the bookstores in the US, and it's so big that it takes up a whole entire wall of their store. It's a really nice store and I absolutely love the vibes there. When you go there, you're surrounded by people who love manga just as much as you do. I personally love looking through their selection just to see the sheer amount of manga they have. Another thing I love that they do is that they shrink wrap all their books, which means when you buy it and open it up, you're the first person to browse through it. They don't usually have sales and everything's at retail price, so it's a little bit more expensive than the other options. And that's why I call it the novelty option. It's for the novelty of going to a bookstore and buying something, and this experience will cost you a little bit more. They also have a membership that costs $25 for a year and gives you 10% off, but I don't really think it's worth it considering you'd have to spend $250 just to make up for the cost of the membership. Overall, I recommend it if you enjoy going to bookstores to buy your manga. The next place I have is Barnes & Noble, which I've nicknamed the classic option. For this one, it's pretty much the same as Kinokuniya, which I would recommend if you want to go there for the experience of buying something at a bookstore. It even has the exact same membership deal, $25 a year for 10% off their books. Only notable sale that I can remember is that sometimes they'll do 25% off pre-orders, which can be pretty nice. There's not much to say about it that's different from what I said about Kinokuniya. Overall, I recommend this if, again, you want the experience of buying something at a bookstore and don't have a Kinokuniya near you. The next place I have is Half Price Books, which I've nicknamed the needle in a haystack option. I used to love going to Half Price Books as a kid, and I definitely feel nostalgia whenever I go there. The reason why I call this the needle in a haystack option is because finding a specific manga you want can be very difficult and you normally won't find it. In the last couple of years, I've been there over 50 times looking for manga, and I've only really bought things twice. That being said, when you find a volume, it is very rewarding. For example, I found 10 volumes of Komi Can't Communicate at my local half-price books in nearly new condition for $5 a piece. That's easily the best deal I've ever gotten on manga. Half-price books is somewhere I don't think you should go to, expecting to find something great, but it's definitely somewhere you should check out if you have the time. Overall, it's a fun place to go to, but don't expect too much out of it. The final place I'd like to talk about is Target, which I've nicknamed the Dark Horse option. Target has recently started selling manga, and I think there's a lot of potential savings there. Right now, they're only selling big series such as My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, and Demon Slayer, but they're sure to add more in the future. They normally mark their manga down 20% and frequently will have buy two get one free sales, so you can end up saving almost 50% on manga sometimes. They have amazing savings, but their selection leaves a lot to be desired. So overall, I think Target has a lot of potential and is definitely somewhere you should look out for. Well, that's pretty much it for my video. I hope you found it useful. Please comment below what places you like to shop at, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you and bye.